Welcome back to Probe the Act on Deepstuff Radio. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the show. Welcome back to Probe the Act on Deepstuff Radio with Emmy Hikins and our lovely singer, a songwriter and a musician, James Walsh of the band Goldfish Syndrome in Ireland. He's here on the show today. So, what inspires you to write a new song?
It's a good question. Sometimes, you know, might just a turn of phrase or something might just come into my head, and maybe a bit of a melody with that, and then, you know, I can build a song around it. I guess you're always looking for that little thing that will spark a song, you know. I remember one of the songs we wrote was we have a video on YouTube called Misty Morning, and my brother had a riff for a long time, and it was a really nice riff. We always liked it, but it was not very slower than what during the song. And then he just played it fast one day, and the drummer started playing, and then that line, the title of this kind of came out of my mouth, and then it was great. I was able to just build a song around it, and the song was nearly written in maybe 5 minutes, you know. It's weird.
Oh.
And sometimes it happens like that, and maybe other times you're working on songs a bit longer. But once I get an idea, a subject that I can get my teeth stuck into or whatever it might be, that you know is good enough to work on, then it's great. You know, it's just I can kind of maybe, you know, start working on it and then bring it to a finish or whatever, you know. But it's hard to tell. Could be whatever, something you might hear, or, you know, once that little spark comes, usually it leads to something, you know.
Yeah, good stuff. Right, the next question, you've already touched on it a bit, but how would you describe the very first step to making a new song? I mean, some people write to the beat, and some people write from the beat. What's that process for you? How does it work for you?
I think it can sometimes be in relation writing to the beat. I guess when the four of us come together, if somebody has a little, you know, it's a feeling kind of a thing. If somebody comes up with a musical piece and everybody grabs a hold of it and falls in with it, and then, you know, a melody comes on top, and then, as I said, I might get one line out of maybe just writing on a load of words that mean nothing, but they come from somewhere, and then that could be the genesis of a song. But other times I might be just sitting here and I might say, okay, I'm going to try and write a song maybe. You know, I've tried that lately, the last maybe year. I've just decided, okay, I'm going to see if I can start something. And I have a couple of songs that come out of that, and I never thought, I always used to just let it happen, if you know what I mean. If you hear other people talking, you know, they go, the songs kind of just come, you know, they just arrive. Sometimes an idea arrives and you have to be ready to take it on and try and finish it. But lately I've said I'm going to try and write something here, and that's also worked. So there's lots of different ways, I think. If I'm writing on my own, I'd write with an acoustic usually, and maybe build it up that way. And I try and work hard on the lyrics and the melody and stuff, and the arrangement, of course, has to be interesting as well. So there's so many different parts to making a song. Even the simple songs take a bit of time, or take a bit of thought, because, you know, you have to refrain from putting too much onto them, you know. You have to realise that, this doesn't need to be pushed in a direction, you know, it needs to be held back maybe a bit. So I find that interesting too. I think we all like in the band, you know. Just try. It's once you finish the song, then it feels natural, you know. It feels like there's nothing forced about it, and you know, it falls into place. Then you think maybe you've done a good enough job. You're never 100% happy, but you'd hope that you've done the song justice. You hope you've done the song justice. I guess if we end up with a couple of million in the bank, we might think we've done it right. We keep trying.
I find it's always a process, you know. It's always a process. You can have a finished song and you can think, well, I still need to add a bit more of this or that, you know what I mean? So it's always a process.
Or you might have song.
Yeah.
90% of it might be really good, and you're just missing that little bit.
Yeah.
And you're going, wow, like I could put it out like this, but I know it's just missing that little thing.
Yeah.
It'll still sound good, but I don't think I can do it because I just need that little bit,
I can totally relate to that. Yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna take another short break now. Please don't go away. You're listening to Probe the Act on Deepstuff Radio with Emmy Hikins and a lovely singer and a songwriter and a musician, James Walsh, all the way from Ireland. He's of the band Goldfish Syndrome. Please don't go away. We'll be back shortly.